Yeah, let me send D-Man the link.
Right. All right. We're up. So okay.
I don't know what he's up to though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're already live.
Yep. Who there?
Yeah.
So of course, when he pops it up, showing all of us is when I'm gonna get it started. So
Sounds good.
hey, so let's just prep ourselves here, even though we're live right now. All right, here we go. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Football Pick'em Show on the Sports with Wolfie channel. My name is Brett Alt, and today we're gonna start the show by doing something a little different. If you've been paying attention to all the news, you know that recently, of course, our gracious host Wolf has, recently lost his grandmother, and of course, recently I was hit with personal tragedy as I lost my sister, age 54, to cancer. And recently, we were supposed to make history this week by having Country Cash come on the channel, aka Melissa, but she unfortunately passed away last weekend unexpectedly due to a heart attack. So, in honor of all the people we lost, we're going to start with the moment of silence. All right, let's go around the horn. Let's first go to let's go down to Florida, to all things Florida football teams. I call him Mr. Ranter, but let's go down to our resident Florida expert and everything Florida football. Let's say hello to Florida Claimers Ted. Ted, how you doing, pal?
Yeah, pretty good. Woof woof woof.
All right. Yeah. Then let's go up north north of the border to the great country of Canada and say hi to our Arizona State resident fan, Mikey. Mikey, how you doing, brother?
Good. Go Sun Devils, go! I hope they do well this season. It's great to see everybody. For those who don't know or haven't heard lately, Suzanne, my beautiful wife, is doing wonderful. So much love to my wife. Much love to you, my beautiful wife. Doing better with her right knee situation. So thank you all for all of your thoughts and prayers and love and support for her at this difficult time. So, and we are so ready for these football seasons. I'm telling you, I am so ready. I've got my little notes here for today when we cover our pick'em shows and so on. So,
all right, thanks, Mike. I'll go last because of course I announced. So let's throw it over to let's also introduce our gracious host, the Howler from Knoxville, Tennessee. Let's say hello to Wolfie. Wolfie, how are you, brother?
I'm doing all right, guys. It's been a little bit on the hot side, but we're starting to cool things off. I think we'll probably be feeling fall weather by next week, hopefully. So, knock on some wood. We'll be rolling. So
yeah,
all right.
Coming down, guys. Yeah.
So I'm looking wood.
All right. So personally, I don't normally introduce myself, with the whole greeting, but my name is Brett Alt. I'm the announcer, and of course, the owner, no shameless plug, of Brett's Retro Gaming Central on YouTube. I've been just, taking this one day at a time, been dealing with the loss of my sister, as of some of you know, she passed away last Friday from stage 4 breast cancer at the age of 54. She was a mother to 4 kids and a grandmother to 6. And her funeral is tomorrow morning at 11 Eastern, 10 o'clock Central. So, yeah, so I will be going down for that tomorrow, which means I will be out of town, which means I probably won't get in touch with you guys tomorrow. But I'm just taking it one day at a time, kind of need a good distraction from it. And I just want to say, the show provides it. So other than that, I'm doing okay. I know our resident statistician, my brother, Jeff Alt, isn't here this week, but he is going to be doing the Bible readings for the funeral tomorrow, so he will be doing that. And he couldn't be here, but I know I speak on behalf of our family when we say thank you for all the love, support, sympathy, and everything else that we appreciate. So, with that being said, let's get the somber crap out of the way and let's get to what we came for the audience, ladies and gentlemen. And that is, we are starting a review of week 1 of the preseason. So, Wolf, if you have your stuff ready to go, let's start reviewing the games.
All right. For starters, we had the Hall of Fame game, which was Carolina Panthers versus the Arizona Cardinals. And, of course, Carolina came back at the very last there with a Haynes King walk-off touchdown to win 33-30. So the only loser on that one was Angel.
Okay, I kind of figured that. So, all right, so let's get to the meat and potatoes of the actual week 1.
All right, so the first game was between Detroit and Cincinnati. And Cincinnati actually won that game. Angel and Mikey were the losers on that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know I was the loser on that one. But to be fair, I want to say that I did think that Detroit could have had a good possibility to pull that one out. But unfortunately, I guess the Bengals were a bit. But then again, don't forget, guys, a lot of these games that we're announcing were played by backups, not the original players. As far as I know, I think there were only a few where they had the original players that started. So
these are teams that are earning players that are earning their spots on the team instead of the actual starters. So
you're gonna see unpredictable scores coming.
All right, now the next one was Green Bay versus Pitt, and Pitt actually won that one pretty convincingly. I think it was like 27-9 or something like that. So the losers on that one was myself and Angel.
Yeah, Green Bay had no chance in that game.
And then
I'm glad I picked Pittsburgh in that one. I'm glad I did. Yeah.
And then we have, of course, Indianapolis versus New England.
I'm going to stop right there, and I'm going to say nobody in this panel expected that one to tie. So I think we're all losers on that one. So
we all lost that one. Yeah, we would have lost some money on that one for sure. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can't say we lost because nobody lost.
Well, that's true.
We can't say that we lost, but nobody won either.
And nobody won either.
All right. So the next game was the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Houston Texans, and the Chargers won that one. So
I knew I was a loser on that one.
Dallas. D-Man was the only loser on that one.
Wow, really?
Wow. So we all thought that the Chargers were just going to go in there and kick Houston, and obviously a lot of us were right. So yeah.
All right, then the next game was Arizona versus Las Vegas, and Arizona pulled that one off. The losers on that one was Angel, D-Man, and Mikey.
And I do want to mention one quick thing about Las Vegas. As far as we know, the quarterback situation in Las Vegas, Kirk Cousins is designated the starting quarterback for the first game of the season as quarterback 1. They kept Mendoza as quarterback 2 as a backup. Now, considering that Mendoza was the starting quarterback for that game against the Cardinals, and that was even though it was a preseason game, the Cardinals felt like they needed to win, and they did in convincing fashion, by the way.
Hello, Caitlin. Hello, Lucy.
Yes,
Space
hello,
Taco, Andy. Hello.
But to speak up for the Raiders here, real quick, that is one of the 4 teams I'm following this year. So, thank you so much, guys, for letting me throw in a little bit of information I got down here. So, as far as it goes, the Raiders want Cousins to start. He is the starting quarterback, but Mendoza is there. they're not going to keep him back on the sidelines. If Cousins can't go, Mendoza is going to be your quarterback moving forward. So I want everyone to know that in Las Vegas land, that if you're making bets on Cousins being there and because of his previous injuries he can't make it, go with Mendoza. That's what I'm letting people know. So you go with that.
All right. Now, the next game we're talking about is Tennessee Titans. They took on the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
And Tennessee actually won that one. So, Brett, Angel, D-Man, and Mikey all were losers on that one.
We were wrong on that one.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed to admit I lost that one. I thought, but I saw the score though. That was closer than a lot of people thought, though.
Yeah, but this is a two-pronged message I got for you guys on this one. Joey Sly, who was traded from the Redskins over to Tennessee Titans, that was a mistake. That is a huge mistake that Washington made, even though they won later on, which we'll talk about. But Joey Sly is in the top 4 or 5 kickers that have kicked over 60 yards
Hi, Wilma.
in a field goal in a game. And they just said that last year Cam Little of the Jacksonville Jaguars kicked a 68-yard field goal, the longest in NFL history. I just read this thing. And he's got 2 of the top. But Joey Sly is right there, and he kicked a 64-yarder. And I think that was a huge mistake that the Redskins made. Also, the 49ers say that George Kittle may return by game 1 when they go into Melbourne. They're not holding their breath. They're trying to hope that he comes back. Also, they're saying that DeJuan Stribling, who is one of their rookie wide receivers, has been having a great camp. And now that they're going to be starting Tuesday, they're going to be doing their joint practices with the Los Angeles Chargers. And they're saying that Stribling is going to get a lot more looks. He's going to get a lot more looks in game 2. A lot of potential coming up for him there. So that's a couple of notes I want to throw out there for you folks. Stribling could be one of your starting wide receivers. Even though he's a rookie, he could be up there with Debo and several other wide receivers after game 1. So,
Right.
yeah.
This is the week I missed, Wolfie. I forgot to put the picks in. I totally forgot. Isn't this the week I missed when I was sleeping and not feeling that good? Remember?
No, you made your picks.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I didn't ever doing the picks. I don't remember.
And can we welcome Andy Felderbush? He came in. Welcome, Andy. And Caitlin says, yay, Steelers. Space Taco came in. He says, I want to know in Hard Rock Bets and Bears game. Raiders will get the pole position from Andy. Yep. Wilma. Hello, Wilma. Hi, Wolfie. Teddy Mike. Hi, Brady. And hello, Wilma from Andy. And hello, Andy from Wilma. There we go. We got you caught up there, Wolf.
Right.
I kind of figured, Andy said it, Raiders will get pole position. Something I get the weird feeling I think he's one of my subscribers.
He could be.
Because I play pole, not to get off the subject, but I play pole position quite a bit on my channel. So it's like, with that reference, I'm kind of wondering if he's one of my subs coming over. So.
Yeah.
The Burger King. Is that what it was, guys? Was I Burger King for that one? That's what Andy says.
That's what Andy said, right, Teddy?
Yeah, I do remember going to Burger King. Remember that? I do remember doing that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you were in the drive-through for a short time, yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Where was I?
Chinese,
All right,
but the
well,
Chinese place is closed on Tuesday.
All right.
Sorry, guys, I gotta take this.
Yeah, go ahead, Wolfie. What's the next one we looked at?
Next game was Miami Dolphins versus the Commanders of Washington. And, of course, Washington won that one. So the losers on that one was myself and Ted.
I didn't pick the Dolphins.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know why the hell I would have picked those losers. I have no idea why I would have picked them.
What Teddy? I think it was because you thought maybe there might be an upset potential. Because we did say there was like a few of those, even though it was week 1 preseason. We did say,
yeah. We thought they were going to be bringing out a lot of starters trying to win jobs. That's what it was. That's right.
Yeah.
I should have still picked the Commanders, though.
yeah. Now, do you guys remember here? And I'll mention this real quickly. During that game, Marcus Mariota got injured. Remember, he got knocked out, and he's supposed to be the backup to Jaden Daniels. Now, Mariota is still undetermined right now. I just got an update that he is still going through concussion protocol, but his status is still in doubt. They don't know if he's going to be there ready for backup duty in game 1. So my question to Washington Redskins fans is, and I never say Commanders, I hate saying that, as you know, but my message to those fans is, hey, who is going to back up Jaden if, God forbid, something happens to Jaden in either the first or second game or third game? Because he is prone to getting knocked out. He is. Jaden is fast, but he's prone to getting knocked out. And if something happens to him, your whole season you can write it off. I'm sorry, Washington.
If I were Washington, I would say either try to find a decent quarterback in free agency, or if you're lucky, even if it means giving up a draft pick or two, trade for one. So
right, because Mariota is not going to be your answer.
Because if Mariota can't go, who do you really have for backup for Jaden Daniels?
Nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the best examples I can tell you right now, like the Jacksonville Jaguars situation. Okay, they got Trevor Lawrence, then they got their backup quarterback, but Joey Aguilar came out and made a phenomenal one-drive appearance, and now you got to consider him in. If he's a third stringer, then maybe they could go out and get Joey Aguilar as a potential. So
Aguilar could easily be QB2, right? He could be the backup. You could just as well use him for Trevor Lawrence.
All right.
Not prone. Trevor Lawrence isn't invulnerable, okay? Things can happen to your top quarterbacks that you don't even realize. And because you've only got 3 preseason games before you start going into it, that's not enough time. That's not enough time to be prepared to set yourself up.
All right, so what's the next game you got on your list, buddy?
All right, that would have been Denver versus Atlanta, and of course Denver pulled off the win on that one. I, myself, Ted, and Angel were the losers on that one.
So I called correctly on that one? Wow. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. And I gotta tell you, though, I'm not surprised by the amount of win they won. 27-7. I wasn't surprised at all. The Falcons are correct. They got to start again. They're not. Oh, did we already talk about Tampa Bay and the Jets?
That's the next one coming.
Okay, good. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
All right. So the next game was Tampa Bay versus the New York Jets. And I was the only one that went for the Jets. I was hoping for a upset pick, but that didn't pull through. So
Tampa Bay saved our asses, guys. Especially yours, because you were worried because when you said when Wolfie was throwing that upset pick at you, and I remember that last show, you were saying, "Oh no! If that happens, I got to stick with Wolfie on everything." Then from then on, so. You were worried about Tampa Bay. You were like, okay, come on now, Tampa Bay, let's do it. Yeah. Crazy.
All right, then we got Carolina Panthers versus Buffalo. And, of course, Buffalo pulled that one out. So the losers on that one was Angel and Mikey.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised because I thought Carolina, after barely beating, I should say, Arizona, I probably should have went with Buffalo, but I thought Carolina would at least go 2-0, but I never thought Buffalo would just come in and, they beat them by 15 points. So, yeah.
Are we talking about the Carolina Buffalo game?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Even before she passed away, me and Triple C were talking about that one day, and I said, the fact of the matter, and it goes back to what Ted said, is that even though it's the first preseason game for the new head coach, which is Joe Brady, they want to show that, okay, even though he's not, he's the new head coach, but he's wanted to show that, they ain't messing around. So the fact of the matter is, I actually am glad that Buffalo won that game.
Yes.
So, all right, what's the next one on the list?
All right, it was Minnesota Vikings versus the New York Giants, and of course, I was hoping for the Giant upset, but that didn't happen either.
I do have a note pertaining to the Vikings on that, by the way, guys.
Go for it, Brett. Go ahead.
Safety or line or defensive guy Jamal Adams is out for the season with a knee injury for the Vikings.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
So I was telling my neighbor down here, who was a Vikings fan because he's from Minnesota. We both agree that's really going to hurt the defense this year for Minnesota.
I think so too. I was shocked by that myself.
Now this next game we can just completely skip over because we knew who was going to win that one. That's Chicago versus Cleveland.
Oh yeah, the Bears destroyed them. And there was no chance that the Browns had. Even like we've all said it. The Browns are one of the losingest teams in all of the history of the NFL. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter how they put their players together. It doesn't matter who coaches the damn team. Nobody in the Browns is ever they're never gonna be successful. We just the stuff.
I'm sorry, even though I roasted the Browns last week, I'm gonna do it again now. The Cleveland Browns so far are like diarrhea coming out of Ted's ass after a Burger King marathon.
Yeah, those Browns do suck. You're right about that.
Oh my god!
The Browns were so brown this week that they left shit stains in all their pants.
Yeah.
They had the stains coming from all parts.
Yeah, you could smell it a mile away too.
Oh my god! If you say Cleveland rocks, no, Cleveland smells, not rock. All you have to do is walk into Brown Stadium and just say, "Oh, you smell. It's terrible. I'm sorry. I don't know how you got the hell you got a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame there in Cleveland, but it makes no sense. Just get
actually,
out."
Have y'all been to Cleveland before?
Not me yet. No, I haven't been there.
About 9 times out of 10, if you go there on the weekend, it smells like a sewer, literally.
Wow. So I guess that makes sense then.
Ted, I told you quit letting out volcanic farts in Cleveland.
Yeah. Some of these teams look really bad this year. Like I said, Dolphins, Jets, Cleveland. There's like 6 teams that look horrible.
All right. I've done enough roasting of Cleveland. Let's go to the next game.
All right. That was the Los Angeles Rams versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Rams won that one. So the losers on that one was Ted and D-Man.
Yeah,
Wow.
I thought Kansas City was going to pull out, all the stops, try to get back to it, but I was wrong.
Well, I'm surprised. Here's my take on it quickly. I was surprised that the Rams did win that game, and I threw it out there because I said I'm proud. And then this, like I said, this is coming from a diehard rival, my 49ers. I've seen the way the Rams are going to be building up this season. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And when you've already renewed the contracts of the guys that are playing for Matthew Stafford on that line, it's going to be rough. This season's going to be a tough one against those guys. So that didn't surprise me. And when I looked at that, I said, yeah, the Rams they're going to do well.
Based on what I saw, Mikey, I think it's going to be the Rams versus Buffalo in the Super Bowl. That's my way too early prediction, but that's what I'm going with.
All right.
It's not going to be the Rams. It'll be the 49ers in Buffalo.
I'm saying the Rams versus Buffalo. That's just my pick.
I, in a way, agree with Ted. I think Los Angeles Rams could actually be a serious threat to the Super Bowl this year.
Yep.
You know, I'm not making it as a bonus pick, Wolf, since we're in preseason. So, but I honestly think, I mean, they have too much talent on defense. I mean, that's the reason why I picked them in the preseason game because, like I said, too much talent on defense. Even the young players for Kansas City don't know good talent. If it's sat and slapped and call them mama. But the fact of the matter is, but the Rams, just even if they're young players, have too much talent on that defense. So I think, you know, you're talking about, you know, and now they're saying something about Nasua Puka or something possibly being suspended for something. I don't remember what it was. But that, you know, that's going to lead, if he does get suspended for, I don't know what it was, but if he does get suspended, and I could be wrong, so don't quote me. So don't quote me on this, guys. I mean, you guys, I know I'm going to ask Wolf or somebody to double check that after the show. But if that is indeed happens, and he does get suspended, that could really put a hole in the Rams' offense. So, as much as I don't really want to emphasize much about the Rams' offense, I'm going to emphasize about the Rams' defense. But I did read that Myles Garrett was hurt. So
he's hurt already?
He's hurt already for the Rams?
Yeah, supposedly Myles Garrett either had an injury or was coming off an injury. I don't remember what it was, but either he's hurt right now with I think it's some sort of minor injury or something, or he's coming off one. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was a hamstring pull.
Okay, but barring any further complications,
what is Myles
Garrett is gonna? I am not looking past Myles Garrett and the Rams for the date of September 6th there in Melbourne, Australia. He's going to be there. If he's playing he loves playing against the 49ers. I mean, that's a rivalry game for him. He already realizes that. So, I mean, he's going to be there barring any further complications. I guarantee Garrett will be there.
I'm going to jump out on a limb. I'm going to say, even though we're a few weeks away from the regular season, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say, and you guys might disagree with me on this, but that is probably going to be the week 1 game of the week is San Francisco and LA Rams. I mean, that's just my prediction. So,
I agree with you there, but
I don't know about that just yet.
Yeah, we'll get there when we cross that bridge, right, Wolf? Anyway, let's move on the list.
Yeah, go ahead there, Wolf.
All right, this one was a clean sweep for us. It was Jacksonville versus New Orleans. We all went with Jacksonville.
Yes.
Like what I said last week. New Orleans, who that? Oh, never mind. It was that fart I forgot about 20 minutes ago. So.
Yep, that's it.
But as far as we know, like I said, the guy who kicked the longest field goal in history last year, 68-yarder, Cam Little, is still with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So just because this guy can hit it from midfield and beyond, Jacksonville's going to have a few more victories, close victories this year because of the way he can kick that football. There's no question. I mean, if you're sleeping on Jacksonville right now, and I'm telling fans in Fantasy League and so forth, if you're sleeping on Jacksonville, don't sleep on Jacksonville Jaguars this year.
So since my current state fair is going on right now, one of these things, big thing is about the butter statue. I want to say this. Cam's little leg is more thicker than a butter statue at the Iowa State Fair. Let's just put it that way. So, and you don't need to melt it for success.
Yeah, no.
So anyway, let's move to the next game.
And Myles Garrett, guy, the way I looked it up, it's just a bruised knee. He's got swelling in the knee. They're being ultra cautious, it said.
All right, thanks, Ed, for double checking.
So yeah, he'll be back.
For checking that. Yeah.
All right, Wolf, what's the next game on the list, buddy?
That's the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Baltimore Ravens. I thought that would be our preseason week 1 game of the week, and it was Baltimore that pulled that one off.
How close was the point spread?
I'd have to double check. I don't remember.
And then don't worry about it. So who were the losers on that one?
Angel and D-Man.
Okay.
Last week when he said about what Mikey was saying, and then he was like, "I agree with you." Then he pulled the swerve and picked the Eagles. I haven't seen a swerve like that since Mikey and a bad excuse for a NASCAR race.
Yeah. And I got to mention something about the Ravens. Zay Flowers just signed a $140 million extension to be the premier wide receiver to our buddy and quarterback there, Lamar Jackson.
Didn't I mention that on last week's show or something like that?
They were negotiating the contract, but I just found out it's confirmed. He just agreed and signed it. So he has signed a $140 million extension.
I think that makes him one of the highest paid wide receivers in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely does. And the other thing I was going to mention too is, even though this was the first game of the preseason, and Baltimore, I didn't think they were going to destroy Philadelphia. I think they were going to beat them, which they did. But I want to say that Baltimore, the one thing I keep saying about the Ravens is that they need help in their defense. If you can find some free agent guys, get some free agent guys for your defense. You're going to have to shore it up because you do not have enough guys back there in the backfield that are going to stop teams. I mean, this is only preseason, I agree, but when it comes to regular season, Ravens defense is going to need help.
Let me add one more bit to that about the Ravens. Like I said when I made my pick last week, I said which team's pistol and shotgun inside zone offense would be more consistent. Sure enough, as I was right, the Ravens pistol and shotgun inside zone run offense was very consistent. So pretty much that's what got them the win, and like even though the defense is slacking, but you have a really potent offense. So I know Angel is here, my Patriots brother, but Angel, if you're listening, sorry, buddy, but so far your thing about Lamar Jackson is wrong. Anyway, next game.
The next game is the final game of preseason week 1. It was Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. And
I was wrong on that one because it was at home. I'm surprised Dallas got the win.
I was in shock too. I know I missed it, didn't I? I missed that one as well. I thought Seattle.
Yeah. You and Brett were the losers on that one.
Wow, Brett, I'm shocked. I really thought Seattle was going to.
So did I. I thought that 12th man, even in preseason, was going to be effective.
I didn't know I picked this many winners. I thought I picked like all losers. I didn't know I picked so many winners.
What's funny?
Yourself, Teddy. It's just going to get more difficult.
The hilarious
I'm just surprised I picked this many winners.
So, so preseason week 1, pick'em winner. Who do you think won?
Me? No.
I think Wolfie did.
No. Teddy?
Was it me?
Was it Teddy?
It was Brett.
Brett did. Oh,
yeah. We haven't heard Brett get it wrong. You're right. So who got second?
So here's the record for week 1. Okay.
All right.
Brett ended 15-2.
Damn.
That's a pretty good record for week 1.
That is pretty good.
Ted was 14-3.
Wow.
Cow. I can't believe I got that many right.
And then myself, D-Man, and Mikey was 12-5.
That's still decent. 12-5.
I wonder how bad Angel's record was.
And then Angel was 9-8.
Yeah, and if I wouldn't have done that Commander pick, and I wouldn't have done that Dolphin pick, I would have only missed one.
What's going on, Roughneck?
That dumbass philosophy I had.
If you had decided that Washington was a bit better than Miami instead of
that one pick. Yeah, that so I should have been with Brett probably with only 2 losses, but I got lucky. It's all luck. It's all luck.
Hey, Ted. Well, if you think about it, 14-3 is not a bad showing.
Yeah, it's really not.
It's not bad at all. Wolfie, you and I and D-Man going 12-5, still decent. I still think that's good.
It's still really good for preseason.
Oh yeah, even for preseason.
All right, everybody. Now let's move on to the second half, and then let's start out with week 2 of the preseason. I believe Wolf has the stuff ready to go on that one.
All right, game one: Las Vegas Raiders versus the Texans. Houston.
And this is where?
Houston.
What's the location? Is it in Vegas or is it in Houston?
It's in Houston.
Houston's
Houston.
You know, I'll go first. I think Lightning is not going to strike twice on this one. Even though they had a bad showing in week one at home, the Texans did. I don't think Lightning is going to strike twice. I actually got the Texans in this one. Go, Mikey.
Yeah.
All right, so as far as I know, Mendoza is going to be starting again. Game 2, they're on the road against Houston. For what he showed me that first game and how fast he was able to get down the field and get the touchdown against Arizona, even though they lost that game, you know what? I'm going to call the Raiders as in an upset on the road against the Texans. I'm going to say the Raiders will win this game.
All right, Teddy, what say you, bro?
Well, because of the fact that he's only going to play a certain amount of the game, if I knew he was going to stay in there for half the game or even the whole game, then I would pick the Raiders for the upset too, but I'm going to go with the Texans.
All right, Wolf, what about you, buddy?
I'm actually the second game is going to be a full half. Keep that in mind. So I actually got Las Vegas.
Okay. All right, what's the next game on the list?
All right, we have the San Francisco 49ers traveling south to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers.
Ooh. I think I'll pick last on this one. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, you know my pick. I can never pick against my 49ers. They're my home team. I'm originally born in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm a 49er fan for life. I say the 49ers over the Chargers on the road there in their LA stadium.
All right, what about you, Ted?
I got to go with the Chargers.
Okay, Wolf, what about you?
I got the Chargers.
Yeah, great picks, guys. Not so fast, Mike. You've caused more tolls than the Golden Gate Bridge. So with that being said, I'm going to take the Los Angeles Chargers to win at home.
All right, so I'm the odd man out on this pick. Okay.
Yes, if you were from San Francisco.
As of right now, until the other two get their picks in later.
Right.
Yeah, I tried to get D-Man, but he didn't answer. So.
Yeah, and then Angel's probably working knowing him. So,
Yep.
So I'm sorry, but since you were from San Francisco, I had to make the Golden Gate insult there, Mike. Hope you're not offended. So,
Not offended at all. I just remember we have five. We're trying for 6. Let's go get 6.
all right. Look, what's the next game, buddy?
That is the New York Jets, Jets. They are taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I think
Okay.
everybody's.
I'm going to go last on this one because I got a roast for the Jets. So,
All right.
Mikey, you go first.
Okay, sir. Well, you know I am not picking the Jets for anything. Even if it is preseason. I am going Steelers, baby. 2-0 at home because they're playing the Jets, and the Jets never do well on the road. They never have. So
Right.
I'm saying
Yeah, I'm picking Steelers too.
Yeah.
All right. So, Ted already made his. What do you say, Wolf?
That's what I got, Pitt.
Pitt? Okay. So, the thing about the Jets, their airplanes have had more flat tires than a race at Indianapolis. So, the fact of the matter with that is they're going to be deflated much worse than the Patriots in a used tire garage. So, therefore, I like the Pittsburgh Steelers.
There we go.
All right, now this one may be a little bit more tricky because you don't know what Carolina Panther team you're getting. It's Carolina Panthers. They're traveling south down to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars.
Ooh. Okay, this is going to be crazy, but I'm going to say Game of the Week nominee.
Okay.
I say negative on that one. You'll
All right,
know
no,
why here in a minute.
All
I'm
right.
gonna Game of the Week nominee on this one, but it's coming up in a couple couple of announcements.
All right, go ahead, Mike.
Okay, so on the Jacksonville Carolina game, to be fair, I've seen Carolina at their best last in the Hall of Fame game, but then we saw them at their worst in week 1. You know, I look at both teams and I'm thinking Jacksonville at home, you know, I don't know if they're gonna let Trevor Lawrence play or not that first series, or at least first series. I don't know, Ted, what's happening with that situation? Do you know what's happening in Jacksonville?
Nope. I'm going to just pick Jacks anyway, though.
But
Because they got a great team. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't go against Teddy on this one at all. So yeah, I'm going Jacksonville on mine for sure.
Okay, Wolf, who do you got?
Jacksonville.
All right, yeah. Even though the fact of the matter is, yeah, they played their worst last week, and they played their best so far in the Hall of Fame game. But the fact of the matter is, you got Haynes King out with that hamstring injury. And then, of course, you know, you got Florida's own Kyle Trask being signed. And he's probably going to play that game against Jacksonville. But, you know, I don't, even though he's been in the league for about maybe 2-3 years or so, I don't think the fact of the matter is he hasn't played that much and he doesn't know the type of defense Jacksonville brings. So with that being said, I'm going to go with you guys, and I'm going to say Jacksonville at home.
Sounds good.
All right, who do we got, bro?
Green Bay Packers traveling west to Denver to take on the Broncos.
Okay,
Ooh.
I have a Green Bay roast on this one. Go, Mike.
That might be a good game, though.
It might be a good one, but no. I think Denver wins it at home. I always, one thing you guys will know about me, even though I'm not a big, huge Broncos fan, the Broncos, in kind of a way, and I don't know if you agree, Teddy or Brett or Woofy, but in kind of a way, Denver does have its own kind of form of 12th man, like they do over there in Baltimore. So, I gotta say, Denver's going to beat Green Bay at home. I'm going Denver.
Who you got,
Mile
Ted?
High Stadium. Yeah, Mile High Stadium. I don't know. I feel like Denver needs a win. So, yeah, I'm going to pick Denver.
For sure.
All right, Wolf, how about you?
Denver's second string defense versus Green Bay. I've got Green Bay.
Yeah,
That
I almost
was fast,
picked
Wolf.
Green Bay. I almost went with Wolfie. I came very close.
Denver is going to cause more cheese headaches than people at a Schultzberg factory. They're going to cause more rotten cheese than a discount grocery store. Plus, they led the league in sacks last year. That's what I'm going on. Orange Crush, get it done. I've got Denver at home.
I agree. I believe Denver will go 2-0 after the victory on Friday.
All right, what's the next game there, Wolf?
All right, we got Washington traveling northwest to Detroit.
Okay, I'll go
Ooh.
because I want to mention this game. But you go first. Go ahead, Brett.
No, I'll wait. You go first, Mike.
Well, no, I'm going to go last on this one. Teddy, go ahead.
Which one are we doing now?
It's
Washington.
Washington versus Detroit.
Ooh, damn, man. Oh, I think Detroit has to win this. I'm going to go with Detroit.
How about you, Wolf?
Same.
Okay, so pretty much, so far Detroit has been playing. They're called the Lions, but they're playing like kittens with silenced meows. You know what I'm saying? So even though they have had worse curdled milk than Ted at a Walmart grocery store, I'm gonna say, even though Mariota is banged up, I still think the Commanders, sorry, Mikey, have enough talent. I think they're going to make Detroit go 0-2. I have got the Commanders.
Okay. So the reason I'm going last is, for me, this Washington-Detroit game was going to say a lot about both teams going forward. Because for me, this is the game of the week nominee for me. The Redskins on the road, we know Mariota's banged up, but I'm sure he's not banged up enough that he could play. I'm hoping he does. with that much in mind, I know that Washington is going to play a few of their starting offensive players and some of their defensive players as well. And with that in mind, I know, Detroit's not going to play Goff. They're not going to play him, and they're not going to play. They're not going to play Jahmyr Gibbs or any of those other guys. So I'm saying basically some of the starters from Washington will go in there into Detroit and turn the Pussycats into kittens, and they'll go 2-0. So I've got the Redskins winning that game, winning Detroit, and that is my game of the week nominee.
All right, so before we get to the next thing, I was going to say, Goff. I was going to make a letter and say, yeah, Detroit's going to make that one a bogey.
Yeah.
So, yeah, golf, you guys get it. So, next game.
I get it.
Buffalo Bills heading west to take on the Vikings of Minnesota.
Ooh. Okay, I am going to go with this. I am going to go with this one. So, pretty much, you have an AFL team against a once thought of AFL team, if you go back in the history. Because, originally Minnesota was going to be in the American Football League until NFL decided to play dirty. But mind said, the loss of knowing that Jamal Adams is out for the year, even though this is preseason, that Vikings defense is going to be shaken. I only got, to quote Paul Heyman in WWE about a certain wrestler, Gore. I've got the Buffalo Bills in an upset.
Okay. So Baltimore. No. It's Baltimore versus Minnesota, guys.
Buffalo at Minnesota.
It's Buffalo at Minnesota.
It is? Are you sure? Pre-week?
Yep.
Yeah, it's Buffalo.
Pre-week season 2, it says Baltimore, Minnesota, and Buffalo, Cleveland.
See, I got that as game of the week right there.
I see Buffalo versus Minnesota.
Really? Okay. Because I got pre-week. Yeah, I got preseason week 2. I got Baltimore visiting Minnesota at 1 o'clock on Saturday. And also they got Buffalo visiting Cleveland.
Yeah, I would double check, but if I do that, it'll knock me off StreamYard, and I don't want to get off the thing. So
well, I'm checking per ESPN, and that's what it says here. Saturday, 1 o'clock on ESPN Unlimited. Baltimore will be visiting Minnesota.
Yeah, it is Baltimore at Minnesota because I told my neighbor that. He's right because I remember checking it earlier. It is Baltimore at Minnesota.
And then it's Buffalo against Cleveland. So in the Baltimore-Minnesota game,
So erase my pick there, Wolf.
Yeah. Okay, so I was going to say for the Baltimore-Minnesota game, if you're allowed to do at least 2 games as game of the week, or are you only allowed to make one? No,
only one, but you can nominate one for game of the week.
Yeah, I nominated Washington, Detroit, so I'll stick with that. I will stick with that as my nomination. But I would say that this game comes very close to that one. Baltimore and Minnesota both have a 1-0 record. And as we just mentioned, Baltimore has lost one of its major defensive players, right? So,
no, that was Minnesota who lost their major defensive player.
So I got to say, Ravens in an upset on the road against the Vikings. Baltimore's going to go 2-0. I'm picking Baltimore over Minnesota.
All right, what say you, Teddy?
Baltimore.
You say.
How about you, Wolf?
Baltimore.
Yeah, no defense for the Vikings there, even though the game is at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Pretty much after that game, people are going to want to carve up their horns and make homemade ice cream with that. So the fact of the matter is, I'm thinking great ice cream with the Vikings horns. I've got the Baltimore Ravens.
So we all got the Ravens on that one.
So I'm assuming everybody's going for Buffalo over Cleveland as well.
Yeah.
Can I tag you a roast on that one?
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, they should make a new bowl game up there in Cleveland called the Florida Claimers Ted Burger King Bowl, because there's more shit up there in Cleveland that comes out of Ted's ass after a Burger King buffet. So therefore, I think, that's an easy win for Buffalo. Sorry, Ted.
Yeah, I can't see any way that they win that game.
I mean, either.
Well, I
Well, we
think
have to
maybe they could just call it "I can't play worth shit bowl."
You're not wrong, Mike. You're not wrong on that one.
Just say, just
You're
say,
not wrong. You are not wrong. All right. Since we're all pretty much universal agreed on the Buffalo game, let's go to the next one, Wolf.
Let's go to next.
All right, so we got the battle of indoor stadiums. We got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Indianapolis Colts.
Ooh, you know what?
Wow.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go first on this one. I'm gonna say it's you got horses versus birds. Well, let's just say this. Sorry to reference your college, Mikey, but there's going to be more fiery birds coming down in flames because the Colts have more AA guns than a defense at Arizona State. With that being said, I think the Colts are going to torch the Falcons and they're going to stomp a mud hole in them. That's my pick, the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
You're up, Mike.
Yeah, okay. So I really would like to pick the Horsemen down there in Indy, but I can't, only because the Falcons remind me too much of the Stanford Cardinal, being inconsistent and not knowing where they want to shit the next time they fly overhead. In this case, I think that the Falcons might come in with a mindset that they can upset them, and I think they will. So I hate to say it, Colts fans or you pussy horsies, but I think the Falcons are going to come in there and beat you up pretty badly. It won't be a slaughter, but it will be sort of a 5-6 point difference. I got to go with the Falcons on that one.
Hey, Mikey, does that mean they're going to get beat up black and blue, literally?
Yeah.
All right, that's what I thought. All right, Ted, what do you got?
Yeah.
What team is this now?
Colts and the Falcons.
Oh, I want not the Falcons, the other one. Yeah.
What'd you say, buddy? I couldn't hear you. Speak up.
Hear you, Teddy.
Not the Falcons, the other team.
What do you say?
What, Ted?
The other team, not the Falcons, the opposite team.
The Colts.
Oh, you want to go with the Colts then? You think the Colts?
Oh, yeah, Colts. That's who I want. Colts.
He wants the Horsemen. Okay.
All right, now the next one.
Have you picked yet, Wolf?
You didn't make your pick yet.
Oh, I said Indianapolis.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. My bad.
Okay, so
What's the next game?
All right, so the next game is the Miami Dolphins at home against the New York Giants.
Okay, you want to roast them, Mike, or do you want me to?
I can't pick
Well, I
them.
already know it. I'm already going with Teddy. I'm going with Dolphins on this one. They got to win at home. It's a must win. They got to win.
You know, let's just say this. Everybody's going to need to hold on for dear life because there's going to be a massive earthquake because the fish are going to topple the Giants.
Well, people here are really angry. So, yeah, normally I would not pick the Dolphins again, but I have to pick the Dolphins because of how angry they are. They know they got to win that game.
It's a must win. It's a must win, Teddy.
It may be preseason, but it's a must win. I agree.
It may be a must win, but I tell you, the Giants are going to win this time because if Scatterboo gets that run game going in warm weather,
It depends on how many times they let Cam Scatterboo, their premier running back. And remember, he was injured last year, so he's still getting over his injury. Okay,
He's still getting. If I may chime in on that, Mikey, and I think you'd agree with me. Not only did Scatterboo get hurt last year, not only he's still coming back, but still that's got to show that since he didn't play last year. Not only is he coming back from injury, he's got a lot to prove.
he has a lot more to prove. Yes, I agree. And like I said, if Scatterboo was in better health, I could probably lean towards New York Giants, but I won't. I can't. I got to go Miami for sure, Teddy. And I know you agree with me. This is an absolute must-win for them.
All right. What's our next game, Wolf?
Next
I
one,
think
Wolf.
this one's going. I think this one's going to be a clean slate for us. It's the
All right.
New Orleans Saints traveling west to take on the Rams.
Oh, Rams are going to win it.
Pretty much. I want to say I know Jeff's not here. I know I made the joke about us bad singing last week, but I'm going to do it this time. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Sorry, the trumpets are already busted. I've got the Rams winning this one.
Yep.
So do I. It's a clean sweep. I got the Rams at SoFi. They're not going to lose. No.
Yeah, Rams.
No way. Yeah, Rams. win.
Okay, next, Chicago taking on Cincinnati.
Okay, I know I may have said something earlier about a game of the week on earlier about one of the games. I know we're gonna have difference, but I nominate this one as game of the week.
Well, you could make it your backup, you know. Hey, D-Man.
What time is that game on?
I want to say that is a Saturday afternoon game.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway.
it's Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, Chicago and Cincinnati.
Anyway, I know I normally go last, but, since D-Man just arrived and he's a Bears fan, I know which way he's going to go. So we're going to probably have the obvious picker go last. So I'll go first on this one. Bengals got a big win last week, even though it was game one of the preseason. So they can show that even though it's still the preseason, they can still hang with the big teams. I think this game has the potential of being closer than the experts think, even though it's preseason. I hate to do it, D-Man, but I'm going to say the Cincinnati Bengals at home.
Well, no, it's Chicago at home, not the Bengals.
Or Cincinnati on the road, my bad.
No, Cincinnati's at home.
They're at home?
I'm
Are you
pretty
sure?
sure.
Oh, yeah, they are. I'm sorry. You're right, Wolfie. I take that back. You're right.
So as much as I love D-Man as my brother, I gotta pull the trigger. I gotta say Cincinnati beats the Bears at home.
At home.
What do you say, Mikey?
You know what? I'm going with D-Man. I'm going to say the Bears are going to win it on the road. I have a feeling. I don't know what it is. I think it's going to be, well, I kind of know. I think it's going to come down to the kicking game. And as far as I know, they still have this guy there that can kick at Chicago. So, and Cincinnati still has their kicking up in the air. So, just from the kicking game alone, I have to go with the Bears team, man. I can't pick against your team.
I actually disagree on that, and here's why.
Okay.
Cincinnati does not match up to Chicago on first team or second team. So the only chance that Cincinnati has is third team and players trying to earn their way onto the team. So, with that being said, I think Chicago wins by at least 2 touchdowns.
So I may be on an island on this one.
Yeah, I'm picking Chicago too.
I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna say for the whole entire season, the Bears will be the #1 offensive team in NFL history, bro. They're gonna break that 37.9 points per game record. They're gonna break that record this year, man. I gotta go with the coach. I'm going with the coach, Ben Johnson. They're gonna beat that record from the Denver Broncos, bro. Look at bro. First preseason game, they scored 40-something points, and they were losing almost at halftime. They were down 10-0 almost at halftime, and then the whole second half, you scored 20-something, 24 unanswered points last week against a good team.
Yeah.
And then
All
you
right.
don't think that they're going to be able to do it to Cincinnati, a team they already beat last year?
That's why
Well,
I say
granted,
Chicago's going to win.
But
this
granted, it was the last play of the game. They beat them last year. Granted that. But both of those teams still have all them players that they had last year. But a few.
Okay, so you know what, Wolf? I know we haven't moved on from this game yet. Based on that, I'm going to change my pick. I'm going to say Chicago then.
There we go.
I just,
Oh, so
now
Max
that
Crosby?
Now that D-Man pointed that out about the high-powered offense of the Bears in Week 1, I forgot how high-powered of an offense that was. So, yeah, I just think, even though the game's in Cincinnati, I thought about it while D-Man was saying about it, and I thought, he's right. The fact of the matter is, I don't think Cincinnati has the high-powered defense to stay with that high-powered offense by the Bears, so that's why I changed my pick.
All
If
right,
we could get look, dude, like if they did that last week, they had barely any. They didn't even start none of their starters. None of their starters played last week. It was all second string and third string, and they still scored 34 points. And still with their second and third string.
Yeah.
Look what the defense did. Don't forget about the defense either. Defense took two interceptions and a fumble recovery, and turned those all into points.
All right.
I'm gonna give our offense number 1 and our defense top 5 this year. Top 5 this year on defense and number 1 on offense.
That's a strong potential. I'll give you that.
I'll give D-Man that credit too. I think that's actually a strong potential. I agree with you, Wolf. All right, next game on the list.
Well, actually, I want to backtrack here and let D-Man get caught up. So, D-Man, here's the games that we've gone over so far. We have Las Vegas at Texans.
I got Vegas, dude. I got Vegas.
Okay.
And Houston. Go ahead.
San Francisco at the Chargers.
San Francisco at the Chargers. That's gonna go into overtime. That's gonna be like a 17-17 game. Go to overtime. And who was it again? The Chargers and the 49ers. I got the 40. Even though the 49ers beat my Bears last year. No, we beat the 49ers. We lost to the Rams. I got the 49ers. I take the 49ers.
Okay. This is I probably know what you're picking. Jets versus the Steelers.
Oh, God.
The Steelers, bro. The Steelers.
There you go.
Carolina versus Jacksonville.
Oh, we played Carolina in the first game of the fucking regular season. Did you see that Carolina game? They came back and won it on the last damn play, bro.
Yep.
So that's going to be a good game. I think that's going to be a close game, too. But I got Carolina winning. Winning.
All right. And then we got Green Bay at Denver.
Denver.
Washington at Detroit.
Washington.
Good pick, D-Man. I made that my nominee for Game of the Week. Washington going into into Detroit Stadium. Yeah, that's going to be a tough game. That will be tough.
All right, and here comes another obvious one. Buffalo at Cleveland.
Buffalo is going to kill him. Buffalo is going to kill him 40-something to probably nothing.
Hey, Mikey, you hear that sound right now?
Yeah.
It sounds like I hear the Bills taking a shit right now, and it seems like Cleveland's coming out.
It sounds like they took a big shit in the dump yard of Cleveland Browns dog pound.
Yep.
It's going to stay there for a while.
Yep.
All right, D-Man. Baltimore versus Minnesota.
Baltimore, of course. I'm not going to pick any of my teams in the division.
All right, and then we got Atlanta versus Indianapolis.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I got to go with freaking them Indianapolis. I got to go with the Colts.
Okay, so you think they're going to get their first win? Because remember, they tied their first game with New England last week, 13-13.
Yeah, nobody expected that.
Yeah, nobody expected that. We all blew that one.
All right, and then
don't like the way they do that tie shit, bro. They got to get rid of that shit, bro. Like we mentioned this before, where they got to go into like what the college is doing, man. Let somebody win the fucking game. It doesn't matter, dude. You play longer, you get more money, more fucking advertisement. Your ratings go up. Why not let them play till somebody wins?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, they already do that in the regular season, right? You get the first team that wins.
No.
Yes, they do in the regular season. The first team that wins the coin flip at overtime, they get a chance to score first. If they don't, then the next team that scores wins. So if you go,
if they, oh yeah, you're right about that. Yeah.
Mikey, no,
Yeah.
you get one full set of 15 minutes. If nobody wins in that set of 15 minutes, they get one more shot in the regular season, and then it's a tie. So
yeah, but I mean, during the regular
rough,
season, overtime is handled.
Roughy.
I think that overtime during the regular season is handled better than preseason, and I agree with D-Man. I think they need to do the same thing, keep it consistent through preseason too. Having these tie ball games is ridiculous. Just saying.
Even if it's like what the college does, puts the ball at the 25-yard line, and whoever scores, if they keep scoring, field goal, it keeps going until somebody is a legitimate winner.
Till they stop them, right? Sure, I agree with that.
all right. Then we got Giants versus the Dolphins.
I caught the ass end of that one. I'm meant to go with the Giants, dude. The Dolphins just fucking suck. They need to get rid of that franchise.
And then we got New Orleans versus the Rams.
I gotta go with the Rams, dude.
Oh,
I gotta go with fucking I gotta go with Matthew Stafford, dude.
Yeah, SoFi Stadium's, it's becoming slowly the 12th man for those guys too. So,
all right, now we're caught up. This is my vote for game of the week. Philadelphia Eagles versus the New England Patriots.
Oh, that is a good one.
That is a good one. Okay, I'm with Wolfie. I agree with him. I'm going to say that's game of the week.
Yeah, NFC versus AFC.
Who is it again?
it's the Eagles and Owen
Just
1.
put D-Man down for the Eagles. He ain't going to pick the Patriots.
Yeah, he's not going to pick the Patriots.
He's not going to pick them.
Yeah, the Patriots are the one that had the tie with Indianapolis last week. So,
All right. So, of course, y'all know who I'm going to pick. But the fact of the matter, because I'm kind of wearing the T-shirt, so it's kind of obvious. But, the fact of the matter is Hunter Henry getting that extension. Don't know if he's going to play in any series on game 2, but the game is in Foxborough. Now, if memory serves me correct, the last time Philadelphia came into Foxborough, they lost. I think lightning is going to strike twice, even though it's preseason. New England beats Philadelphia again at home.
I don't know. I'm going to go Philly. I think Philly's going to pull an upset. It's going to be a close game, though.
yeah,
Okay.
I think it's going to be a close game, but I think that the Patriots will win at home. But it will be a very close game. I'm going with New England at home. Yeah.
All right, who do you got, Wolf?
I got Philadelphia.
Me too. Yeah, I think Philly's going to get it.
So you look like you and me are the only two on the Patriots Island there, Mike.
I guess so. Well, I don't know about D-Man. What's D-Man doing?
D-Man has a loathing for New England. He
I
loathes
do not like New England. I do not like New England.
because
I
he
will
prefers
never-
to, and I'm not going to argue like Angel does, but the fact of the matter is because D-Man always is going to hang the path over our head like a freaking, I don't know, I can't really say it, but the fact of the matter is going to hang it over our head like a piece of fruit that we want that we can't eat.
Yeah.
D-Man, you
When you
know
get
I'm not
caught
wrong
cheating-
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
When you
Patriots
get
are a bunch
caught
of
cheating-
pedos, boy. Yeah.
When you get caught cheating, you're going to always be remembered as a cheater. And they got caught cheating at least 3 times and still won a damn Super Bowl. How the hell do you get fucking caught cheating and you still, the NFL still win, you still allowed you to win a Super Bowl? Oh, because Tom Brady's the face of the NFL. So he gets to do whatever the fuck he wants to do because he's the face of the NFL.
Yeah, the sad thing is that even though, The sad thing is, even though it is a new regime and a new era in New England, the fact of the matter is, yes, as a Patriots fan, I'm going to admit the past is always going to stick with us regardless. You're always going to have haters who are going to hate the Patriots forever, and then there are those who realize, okay, Brady's not there, Belichick's not there.
Suspended for 6 games, right? Being
Yeah, he was
suspended
suspended for 6 games, yeah.
for 6 games. Was supposed to go into the next season. Patriots made it to the playoff, so the commissioner upheld his fucking suspension, let him play in the playoff, and then win the Super Bowl. The Bears should have won that Super Bowl that the Patriots won if they would have kept Tom Brady under suspension. But no, there goes back to him being the face of the NFL, and they allowed him to play, and they won the Super Bowl. That's another reason why I don't like them, is because Goodell took him off of suspension and let him play, and they won a Super Bowl the same year.
Yeah.
You see, ladies,
They did favor Brady a lot, guys. You got to admit, they did.
you see, ladies and gentlemen, a perfect example of people who are going to eternally hate the Patriots just because they want to. So
they pampered.
Let's move on, shall we?
Now let's move on to the next one, Wolfie.
All right, we got the Kansas City Chiefs going to Tampa to take on the Buccaneers.
Ooh.
Okay.
Tampa Bay. I got
Okay.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah. I think, even though they got shellacked by the NFC West tough Rams, fact of the matter is this is going to be Kansas City's first test on the road. Now, we all know that their Tomahawks have been pretty much turned to dust and pretty much are more blunt and I don't know the other word for not sharpened, but more than D-man's hatred for the Patriots. So therefore, I think the fact of the matter is you're going against another NFC team. I really like the home team on this one.
Yeah, me too. I like Tampa Bay. I'm about picking.
Yeah, Tampa Bay. I know they're still talking about the stuff with Baker Mayfield and everything, contract-wise and stuff, but I know they're going to be playing the young people. But seriously, I don't know if Mahomes is going to play. I'm going to say no. But the fact of the matter, the young folks for the Chiefs didn't really show up that last game. Tampa Bay's just way too good at home.
Yeah, I gotta go with you guys on this. I got Tampa Bay all the way on this game.
I'm going to roll the dice and go on an island. I got Kansas City.
Wow. Wolfie's out on a limb on this one for sure.
All right, Wolfie. I have got to know your logic behind this pick.
I got to hear this too.
Well, I mean, you got to keep in mind the starters are going to be in at least a quarter to a half. So bear that in mind. And Patrick Mahomes is healthy. You got Travis Kelce back. And then you got what's his name, Walker, that moved from Seattle, Kenneth Walker, a halfback. I like their chances.
Hey, Hunter.
Hunter.
But I have to say this. But the fact of the matter is, if Taylor Swift goes to the game, to quote Danhausen, the Kansas City Chiefs fan, you are cursed. I'm sorry, I had to do the Danhausen on that one. So that's what I think. So, but if Taylor Swift goes to the game in Tampa Bay, the Chiefs are cursed. So
If Taylor Swift kick in the pants decides to show up anywhere in the suites, I swear Chiefs fans are going to raid her suite and go after her and burn her at the stake if they have a terrible season this year because of her. So I just
The NFL fan base really hates Taylor Swift now.
oh my God, I hate her with a vengeance. I'm telling you, man, she's smart, man. She is smart. Yeah, no, I'm going Tampa Bay in this game for sure. So
Now, keep in mind that they're married now, so Kelce may have mellowed it out a little bit. Maybe.
well, he'd have to mellow out.
They're splitting everything they make since they've been married. Everything they make as a couple, as a married couple, they're splitting. Anything that they had before, any money they had before they got married, it's theirs. But now since they're married, the prenup was everything that they make while they're married, they're splitting right down the middle.
That's fair. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not
It was
bad.
part of Travis Kelsey put that in the prenup. Is that they have to split everything they make as a married couple. Everything that they had from when they were separated and dating, that's theirs. They get to keep that.
Yeah.
Hello, Martin. Welcome in.
Hey,
Good
D-Man,
deal, actually. That's
yeah,
fair.
and welcome all our new people. Andy, we did say Andy. Also, there was Martin Riggs. Thank you for coming in, Martin. And we also had, we mentioned Wilma. I think we've got everybody. Ruffy was in here too. Ruffy's Garage came in. Say, Ruffy.
All right. So I think it. So everybody's made their pick on that one.
Yep,
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
ready
All
to
right,
move
what's
on.
next?
We got the Dallas Cowboys heading west, take on the Arizona Cardinals.
I'll go first.
Can I go last on this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go first on this one. Dallas had a big win last week, so the fact of the matter, buddy, in the Hall of Fame game, I'm gonna go back to Arizona. Carson Beck did have a really good game in that. Carson Beck, even I don't know, even though Jacoby Brissett is the veteran there in Arizona, if Beck plays the way that he's been playing, like he played in the Hall of Fame game, so I think if he plays like that in this one, if he plays again and starts, possibly could see a changing of the guard at quarterback in Arizona. But the fact of the matter is that the Cowboys got a big win against an NFC West opponent, and they're playing another NFC West opponent. Lightning's going to strike twice. I think Dallas pulls off the upset.
I see Dallas getting at least three interceptions, bro.
All right, what say you, Ted?
I would have picked Dallas.
All right, what say you, Wolf?
I actually like Dallas in this one.
All right, Mikey's going to go last. I have a feeling who I know who's going to pick.
What about you, D-Man?
I already said who I picked.
He said
It ain't
Dallas.
gonna be Dallas. No, Dallas is throwing 3 interceptions. They're losing.
So you're picking Arizona to win at home.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and this is why I'm going last, because in fact, I'm agreeing with D-Man, but not just for that fact. The fact is, if you look back at the Hall of Fame game, they're 6 seconds away from being 3-0 and not 1-1. Because they're going to win at home against the Dallas Cowboys. And I hate to say that because Arizona's in the same division as my Niners, and I don't like to pick anybody else in my division. But in this particular instance, I hate the Dallas Cowboys much more than I hate the Cardinals. And since I did live in Arizona for all that time, some of my cousins who are big Cardinals fans, I cannot go against them for this game. So that is why I'm saying Arizona at home, and they're going to destroy Dallas by more than 2 touchdowns. That's it.
All right. Now we got.
When they start the regular season, Beck will be the number 2 quarterback right behind Brissett. Right behind him. Number 2.
All right. Now we got the last game of preseason week 2. It's going to be a game on Sunday on Fox. It is Seattle Seahawks in Nashville to take on the Tennessee Titans.
Who's going first?
I'm going to say this. Seattle lost a big one last week to Dallas.
Yes.
I don't think they've forgotten how bad that hurts. I don't think, and every time when Seattle, last year, when they went on to win the Super Bowl, when they lost a game, they came back the next week with a vengeance. The Titans, though they're in Nashville, and they did get a nice win, but Titans are going to feel the effect of being crushed by the Seahawks.
All right,
Yeah.
Teddy, you're next. Go ahead. Teddy? Did we lose Teddy?
What do you think?
Just
Hey, Ted.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you are, Ted.
Se-
So what do you?
Seattle or
I
Tennessee?
dozed off. I fell asleep. What was it?
Seattle
all right.
or Tennessee?
Seattle and Tennessee. God bless you.
thank you.
Man, I don't know. Titans. Man, I'm gonna go with my boy Cam Ward to pull the upset
I gotta mute you guys for a second, so give me 1 second.
on Tennessee. I'm going with Cam Ward. I only slept 2 hours last night, guys.
That's all
Yeah,
right.
we're almost done now, Ted. You know, that this is the last game, so
I'm going with the Titans at home, and I'm going to say my main reason is that in the game against my 49ers, the 49ers had almost a 2-1 advantage in both possession time and in first downs and in what they were and how they were moving the ball, but they couldn't finish the deal. That being said, the Titans fought long and hard to win that game. So I give it up to them, even though my Niners could have won it. They could have blown them out,
Hey,
but they didn't.
so
Yeah. So I'm going.
sorry to interrupt, guys, but my lift to the bowling alley is here. Wolfie, would you or Mikey, would you guys like to handle the outro duties for me while I'm gone?
you got it.
So
You got it,
thanks for letting me in for the show. I'll let you guys know if I talk to you guys tomorrow or Thursday. I'll let you know how the funeral went. So I'll see you guys later.
All right,
Later,
Brett.
Brett.
Bye, guys.
All right, so we already got Brett's pick for tomorrow, or for Tennessee, and Seattle, and I picked the Titans.
I personally got Tennessee, but we haven't got D-Man's pick yet.
D-Man, what's your pick, sir? Tennessee at home. Okay, I agree.
Okay, now we're done with the games, right?
Yes.
We are done
Look.
with the kicks, yes.
Look, the fucking Bears are back on that Max Crosby shit. Dude, they need to give up fucking draft picks and get this guy already and win the goddamn Super Bowl. That's what we're missing on our defense is Max Crosby. If they're going to continue to go with this Max Crosby shit this year, get the fucking deal done. Don't do what you did last year and just keep talking about it. Get the goddamn deal done already.
Yeah.
Give up draft picks to get him, just like you did for DJ Moore. Look how many damn draft picks they picked up and they gave away to pick up DJ Moore. Do the same damn thing. Max Crosby is a way better player than fucking damn DJ Moore is. But he's on the he's on the other side of the ball. We need defense. Get Max Crosby already. Stop playing around and fucking get him and win the Super Bowl already. Dude, if they could get Max Crosby on that defense that they have already, could you imagine what that would do to them in the playoffs? Keep them all the way to the playoffs?
Right.
When we get in the playoffs, start them in the playoffs?
Yeah. Now, if I may, Wolfie, the one thing I mentioned to you guys, I think you said was a pretty good topic, real quick. And I want to mention it to D-Man, especially. D-Man, there's going to be 8 cities that are doing international games this year during the regular NFL season. Okay? Besides Melbourne, Australia, they're also going to be playing in Munich, Germany, in Madrid, Spain, Mexico City, Mexico, Paris, France, Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, and they got 3 games, 3 in London, England. 3. So my question to the panel, and we lost Wolfie there, but he'll come back. My question to the panel is, does the NFL need more international games or not? Now, that being said, I learned through sources that next year, starting in 2027, it's going to be expanded to 2 more countries. So there will be 10 countries each season, starting the following season, after this season, they're going to have NFL games. So should we be talking about other countries joining the NFL? And Teddy and I had already discussed this, D-Man. You might agree with us. Welcome back, Wolfie. Welcome back, my friend. And you might agree with us. There are right now 8 teams in the European League playing, we confirmed that, over in London in their European League. 4 teams for one division going to AFC, 4 teams that could go to the NFC. Do you agree with that, D-Man? Do you think we should expand?
Oh, yeah, I think we should expand. You know what? Another country I think we should expand to? The Middle East. The Middle East. Get a fucking game out there in the Middle East. Let our military, while they're out there fighting for our fucking country, let them go and experience a goddamn football game while they're out there fighting for this country. They don't get to see that. Only time they get to see a fucking game is on TV. Right. Get a fucking game in the Middle East and let them go to a game. Literally, let them be at a game.
You know what? I'll D-Man and Teddy, if you want to comment on what I just say here, let me know. But I agree with D-Man. I think if you're going to go into the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, perfect place to play your game.
Look, dude, because wrestling already had wrestling events over there in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. If we could get the NFL to go out there too, that would do so much fucking more for the sport, American sports.
Yes.
We don't got really any American sport over there in the Middle East. There is none. Right. There is no American sports out there. Or any kind of sport. Only sport that they got out there, what, is the Olympics? The Olympic sport?
Go ahead.
Or even at this fact, why not send 2 of our teams over there, play a game like they do for basketball? They play a basketball game on USS Roosevelt. I mean, you could make a football field on the ship and let the crew watch the game. I mean,
no, for sure, definitely no. I agree with that 100%. Let these guys, while they're out there fighting for our country, where they can't really see any sports, put them over there and let them go to a game for free. Give them fucking tickets to go for free.
Do like a New England Patriots versus Chicago Bears on USS Roosevelt in the middle of Iran. I mean, out in the middle.
In the middle of the Red Sea.
It's not big enough to fit a football field, is it, Wolfie?
USS Roosevelt is the size of 5 football fields. They have enough room for a football.
Well, then I guess without making sure you don't throw it into the ocean, I guess you could put it up there.
That they have nets that they can put up, so yeah, there's no issue with that.
But the reason I mentioned Saudi Arabia is because it's a safe place that you can actually play a regular season football game. They have big enough fields to accommodate a crowd of say 100,000 plus people, especially. At least half of that crowd would be military men and women who are interested in football and would watch a game like that live.
Right.
Very protected. What do you think, Ted? What do you think about that for the Middle East if you put a game in Saudi?
It's hot over there. They're going to increase terrorist attacks. I don't think they're ready for it yet.
You don't think they're ready?
No.
Okay.
Too much chaos in the world over there right now.
I mean, Ted does have a point. I mean, the Iran issues increasing, nuclear threats rising. It might not be the greatest time to go over there, but when is a good time to go in there in the middle of war, though? So,
yeah,
I agree. But as I said, I think that it's a worthy country as a prospect. But here again, like I said, you got the UK seems to be the most viable country that you really and like I said, Teddy and I both said this, and also Wolfie and our friend Brett when he was here, and D-Man, as I said, I'm sure you'll agree. When you got 8 teams that are in that league in the UK, and they play regular NFL Europe games. They play it like NFL. Why not put those 8 teams, divide them equally, 4 into 1 AFC and 4 into the NFC, and let them join. And let them join the rest of the NFL.
What I should do, there's another thing I can suggest. Let them play their league. The winner of that league plays the Super Bowl winner of our league. Get them to play a game, and then that game could be the best football team in the world. If we could get that,
the World Bowl.
we could let them. Okay, Canadian League, European League, NFL.
Yeah.
Those three. Then highest scoring team gets left for the championship. The other two play against each other. The winner of that one plays against the highest scoring league. Then that would be your world champion. That would be your world champion. Now, if that can get done, because there's so many leagues that are the NFL that play football, literally play football.
Yes.
If they could get something like, I'd be happy to watch it.
Wolf and Teddy, do you agree with that assessment that the CFL, NFL Europe, and the NFL could all put their best team that wins each of their own bowls, the Grey Cup, the Super Bowl, and the NFL European Bowl Cup, all those major three teams play each other for the right to claim themselves the world champion of football?
Of football, for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping there's somebody in the background listening to this that are from the NFL, or somebody from Europe can suggest this to them over there. Please suggest it to your people.
Yes. I hope my friends in
Canada. I have another one, Mikey. Or I have another thing. If they can get their NFL can get their best all-stars, the European League can get their best all-stars, and Canadian can get their best all-stars. Have it like a world, like the baseball, the baseball thing that they have in baseball.
World Baseball Classic, right? But you can make it a World Football Classic.
Football, exactly.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. Yes. I mean, you've done it with baseball already. You've done it with the FIBA World Basketball Championship. Why in the hell can't you do it for football? Why not? You could do it for football. Just saying. Why haven't you done it yet? What do you think, Teddy? What do you think, Wolf? Do you guys agree?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that would have to be done still, but I mean, yeah, I could see it.
I definitely can see it. What about you, Teddy? Teddy.
I think he dozed back off. I think he's done dozed back off.
For me, yeah, I did. I did.
Ted, so what do you think? World Football Classic in the vein of like World Baseball Classic, FIFA World Basketball, and for men and women, all that. We need something like that for football. What do you think? I definitely think so.
I don't think so right now. I think it's okay the way it is for now. It's just there's a lot of chaos going on in the world right now.
Okay. Maybe, but I'm saying that. Well, what do you think, Wolfie? Maybe in 5
maybe a year or two. Just right now it's kind of chaotic.
It is chaotic.
Trump got the whole world in an uproar too. So.
Here is my perspective on it. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, you got to get football teams established in these other places.
Yeah.
Like if you could branch out the European Football Association to make it a international football association where you have the European teams mixed in with a couple of Asian teams, with the African teams, and have it as a big unified group.
Yes.
Then you could institute a football thing where you have a who's the best type situation. But until you can branch it out, which there are steps to get there, but there's still some steps that have to be done. So, do I agree with what you're all saying with it? Yes, but I see it probably taking another 10, 15 years to even get it going.
I would safely say 5 to 10 years myself. That's my own opinion on that. The reason I say that is one of the main reasons is because I can see Roger Goodell's machinations at work. I can see what he's doing by, like I said, increasing other countries' participation to watch these NFL games live by 2, as I said. He's going from 8 countries to 10 countries next year. Okay, the very next season. So I can see through his mind work here that if he can get enough interest in enough countries for it, then that international classic that we're thinking of for football would come to fruition. It would. Now, Wolf, when you say at least 10 years, I could go for that, sure. I would say maybe 5, but I think it would be better to say 10 and go from there. Because as Teddy says, it is very chaotic, and until we can get some of that chaos down, and I'm sure D-Man also agrees, until we can get that down, yeah. But it is something that should be highly considered. It's a win-win for everybody, D-Man. It is a win-win for everyone.
Because it'll bring the ratings up for the NFL, it'll bring the ratings up for the Europe, it'll bring ratings up for the Canadian League, it'll bring all the ratings up. Once we can make this world sports, our sports worldwide, like they're doing with the fucking WWE. When TKO took over WWE, that was the best thing that could ever happen to the WWF.
I agree.
Best thing that could ever happen. Look at their commercials. Look at the way that they have their entrances. Look at the way that they have their commercials. I said already. Oh, look at all the shit that TKO did for WWE. Now, if they can get that into other sports, our 4 main sports: baseball, basketball, football, and what's the other one? Baseball, basketball, football, and
football, baseball, basketball, hockey.
Hockey's the other one. Now, they can get those in our 4 major sports to make it a worldwide thing. I think it would be the best thing for our country and our sport. Because what that's going to do, it's going to bring tourists to the United States. Let's go to the United States and let's see a game over there.
Right.
That's going to bring tourist money to our country.
Yeah.
Now, going back to what I was saying, they need to be branching it out more.
Yes.
Germany alone, okay? Germany has major interest in football. Not only do they have the Frankfurt Galaxy, but also you could implement teams like Wolfsburg, Salzburg, Berlin.
Remember too. So Munich has its own team as well.
And then not only that, but you got Austria, which has their own interest in American football. You got Japan, who has freaking football sports bars. I mean, branch out to these places where there's interest and make it a bigger event. And then you can actually do those things.
I agree with that. Okay, put a game over in those countries. Put a couple games in those countries that see for 1 or 2 seasons. Put a couple games. See what the outcome is. See how many people buy tickets. See how many people show up to our games. And now, if that's a good turnout, make it a annual thing. Make it an annual thing. But if we don't get the people in the seat, why have it in those countries when we're not getting anybody? Or if it's in a country, how far are people going to have to travel to get to the game?
Yeah.
Where's the game going to actually be?
Yeah. Wolfie. Oh, I'm sorry. So Wolfie and Teddy and D-Man, I have current information about the NFL Europe. Okay. Now, the final roster they had back in, this goes away a bit. It was a developmental league. It ended in 2007. Okay. It went back. So that's like 18 years. But the last 6 teams they had, one was in the Netherlands. That was the Amsterdam Admirals. The other 5 were all in Germany. One was the Berlin Thunder. The other one was the Frankfurt Galaxy. Then you had the Cologne Centurions, the Hamburg Sea Devils, and the Rhine Fire. So one in the Netherlands, the other 5 in Germany. They also did have one team that used to play in Spain. That was the Barcelona Dragons. You had one that played in Scotland. That was the Scottish Claymores. And then you did one time had the London, England Monarchs. And
that's the team I remember. That's the team I remember. The Monarchs.
Now, you have Google up, correct, Mikey?
I have my thing right here.
Okay. So type in European Football Association because that's what
Yeah.
they changed it to. It isn't
Yeah.
NFL Europe no more. It's European Football Association. They're still
Okay.
active because Frankfurt Galaxy has a game tomorrow on TV.
Yes. So as I said, several former, including the ones I mentioned, are in the modern European League of Football. Right? They did come back. So okay, but it's only 5 teams. It's saying you're Frankfurt, Rhine, Berlin, Hamburg, and Cologne.
There's 8 total teams. There's 8
There is
total teams.
total teams.
Mhm.
All right. So thank you. Do you know what those other teams are though?
You have the Monarchs. They're still there.
Okay.
There's one in Spain.
That's the Barcelona Dragons then.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then you
That's
have
Barcelona Dragons.
and then you have one in Switzerland, but I can't remember the name.
Well, I thought that was the Netherlands. Was that the Amsterdam Admirals?
It may be. I don't know.
Okay. Do you mind if I check that real quick while you guys? Do you have any other topics that you have?
Yeah. Type in European Football Association. It should be 18 league.
Yeah, it says ELF. That's what it's short for. So who are the teams in the ELF? We'll take a look at that. European League of Football.
Who are the teams in the European Football League?
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay, you got hold on. You got short. Okay. You
okay.
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Premier League. Hold on. Top 5 European leagues who will be champions in 2026. You got the La Gita League, Premier League, the Serie A League, the League One, and the Bundesliga. And there's 1, 2, 3, 7.
That's soccer, D-man.
No, okay. What they have here is primarily 2 main leagues. They have the American Football League Europe, AFLE, and the European Football Alliance, that's the EFA. Now,
Yeah.
they have 4 teams that are part of the American Football League Europe. That's the Berlin Thunder, the Panthers of Wrocław, which is in Poland. Then you've got the Rhine Fire, and then you have in Vienna, Austria, the Vienna Vikings. Now, these other franchises that have joined the European Football Alliance are the Frankfurt Galaxy, the Munich Ravens. So you got Munich again, that has their team.
You also got
Nordic Storm, yeah. Then you have the Paris Musketeers. That's great. I'm glad France has a team. Then you got Prague, which is in Czechoslovakia. They got the Lions. And then in Tyrol, which is in Italy, I believe, that's the Raiders Tyrol. And those are the current teams right now in those 2 affiliations. So that is a total of 10 teams, 5 and 5.
August 29th, you have Munich Ravens taking on the Nordic Storm on Fubo Sports Network, which I think I actually have that.
Right.
Let's see here. Yeah, you got Frankfurt Galaxy, Munich Ravens, Nordic Storm, Paris Musketeers, Prague Lions, Tyrol Raiders, and
Tyrol Raiders, yeah. And Wolfie, it's pronounced Prague. It's okay, Prague or Prague, don't matter, but it is actually pronounced Prague. And here's a weird thing too. Now, as far as open status, it says that the Cologne Centurions and Hamburg Sea Devils, so Hamburg, Germany, and Cologne, Germany, are listed as having open status, although the ELF League itself is no longer active. So I don't know if Cologne and Hamburg are still playing one another, but I know these other 10 teams are.
Well, you see, there's a 3-team expansion coming next year, and that will be the Monarchs coming back, and then Barcelona and one other team I can't remember.
The Amsterdam Admirals, then it has to be that.
Yeah, it's probably Amsterdam. Yeah,
more than likely. So yeah, you know what? With that further expansion, more than ever, that's why D-Man, me, you, I know Teddy, we're all saying yes. Let's merge them in. Gradually, but let's do it. Let's put them in. I mean, if you're going to be playing in other countries, 10 countries every year, sending your own NFL teams over there to play in these countries to get them more exposure when you already have these NFL Europe teams, then add the NFL Europe teams, these leagues, into the NFL and incorporate it as an international body.
Because they already do anyway. Because what the NFL do anyway? Where do they go to get some of their draft picks? European League. How many people look up? How many European players are in the NFL right now? How many people from Europe are in the NFL?
Right.
That played in that league.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and that's what they should do is more of a interaction, more of borrowing is what they should do. Like if you don't, here's the thing I like. If you don't qualify for an NFL roster here, there in the United States, or if you don't qualify for a CFL roster here in Canada, then go to NFL Europe. I'm guaranteeing you will, you might have to pay more to move to another country. I guarantee you're a football athlete, you'll get to play there.
But you see, here's also my thoughts on this. Okay, if you re-input the European League in with the NFL, there are some NFL players that actually have visas to be in the U.S. to play NFL that are from Europe. So if they input the European teams again, let those players go back to Europe, so they don't have to worry about the visa, and do it that way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. And Lucy was just.
What they already do with the NBA though. Look what they already do with the NBA. They got the D League in the NBA.
You're right.
That's right under NBA. The D League is right under NBA. Why not have it with other sports as well?
Yeah.
Like the European League in football could be the football's D League. It'd be like a D League for football.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you think about it, D-Man, we do have a technical D League. It's there's a minor league football program that has 10 teams, and one of them's in Knoxville, but it isn't publicized. It isn't televised.
That's because they don't have the sponsorships to have it televised. That's why.
They have sponsorships. They just don't have it televised.
Yeah. So
The sponsor for the Knoxville Thunder is TVA.
True. So
and Powerade. And then you got Pensacola Medallions, and they have what is it? Hess gas station as their sponsor, and they also have Gatorade and something else. But yeah, they're majorly sponsored.
Let's go back to the NFL for a minute. I want to do something. Let's I don't know if y'all seen any of the new jerseys that they have out for this year, but I want to rate the jerseys this year. We could do this at the end of the season or whatever, because I know a lot of us haven't been able to see the new jerseys yet. But let's rate the jersey from the garbage to the best. We don't have to do it now, but I want to do that sometime towards the end of this season, or at the end of the season, or at the end of our season, just to see how many new jerseys they have and how they do not go with their teams.
Right.
Because I guarantee you there's going to be a handful of new jerseys that have nothing to do with their team colors at all.
Right.
And Lucy was just wanted me not to forget that her nephews have her football game this coming Saturday, so we'll try to be able to participate in that. I know I'll be a part of her panel for that. Trying to give a play-by-play and try to keep her caught up with the chat for the game on Saturday evening on the 22nd there at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. And we're hoping that we can get Teddy and you, Wolfie, if you want to come and I know I'll be there, and Brett is wanting to come too to do a little bit of play-by-play. It's Pee Wee Pop Warner. She's already put in her StreamYard thumbnails for that, for both landscape.
Okay, so she's wanting like a game cast type thing.
Yeah, just like a game cast. Yeah.
Okay, if we're doing that, we need player names.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Well, she just wants. Okay. Well, we'll talk about that with her later. But
Go find numbers.
Yeah, we need a roster with their positions and their names. That way we can do it more accurately. But other than that, we'll have to talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. But I want to make sure Lucy knew I didn't forget, just to throw it out there. And I know the numbers of her nephews that are playing. They're only in second grade and kindergarten, respectively.
But that's the problem. We'll need the numbers for everybody and their names. That's the only problem.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll see what we can do. So, Lucy, if you're still here, that's what we'll talk about later on in the week before Saturday. We'll let you know. But so, Wolfie, how do we stand? Did we get all of our picks? Is everybody's picks in? We're all set.
Yeah. We're golden. We're just waiting to wrap things up here.
Okay. So now, D-Man, what did you say was your preseason game pick of the week, or the game of the week this week? What was your preseason matchup?
Who was the Bears playing again this week? I think they're going to be one of the games of the week this week.
Bears versus Cincinnati.
Bears at Cincinnati.
I think Bears and Cincinnati will be. What time is that game anyway?
What time is that, Wolfie?
I'm not sure. My game of the week is Philadelphia, New England.
Philadelphia, New England. Okay, I'm going to look it up here again. I'll look it up for both of us. All right. Okay, so D-Man's is the Bears, right?
Yeah, Bears versus the Bengals.
Bears and Bengals. Okay, that is Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern.
That's a game of the week for sure. That's a game of the week for sure.
Okay, and then Wolfie, what was yours?
Philadelphia Eagles versus the New England Patriots.
Okay. And let's see, Philadelphia and New England is going to be Saturday night also at 7 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network. So that's your game of the week. Okay, Teddy.
It's not a game of the week then because it's not. Oh, well, actually, we could be.
Yeah. Teddy, what's yours? Teddy,
what's going on, Angel?
I'm home.
All right.
I was in Connecticut all day.
Hey, Teddy, what was your game of the week matchup there, sir?
Probably that Philly game, actually.
Okay, and you guys know mine. My pick of the week is the Washington Redskins, or some people still say Commanders. I don't know why. I think they're mental, but anyway. But mine is the Saturday noon game, 12 noon Eastern. The Redskins on the road against the Detroit Lions at home. So that is my game of the week. That is mine.
I agree.
Yeah.
Really? I figured Philadelphia versus New England would be yours, Angel.
Nah, actually, after that tie that New England had during the preseason, I'm going to say straight up and blunt, nobody expected a tie in that game. Nobody did. Okay?
Oh, yeah, we all blew that one. But we didn't lose. That's the thing. We didn't win, but we didn't lose.
But we didn't lose.
All right.
Now,
all right. So,
with that being said, I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to put New England at a 12-5 team this year.
Wow.
If New England's
got the hardest schedule again this year, 2 years in a fucking row, they got the hardest schedule. 2 years in a row.
Man, their teams with more difficult schedules than the Bears, dude.
What?
I'm gonna Yeah, I have to say it.
You're
I have to say it.
crazy. You're crazy. You think the Patriots got the harder schedule than the Bears?
I didn't say the
I don't
Patriots.
know about that.
I did not say no teams at all, D-man. So that's where you're fucking up. But I said the Bears do not have the hardest schedule. If anybody has the hardest schedule, it's the Jets.
Yeah, well, I can kind of agree with that.
All right.
I don't think they gave any love to the New York Jets this year. Which is
All
why
right. Well. All right. Well, you kind of came up on the wrap up here, Angel, but we'll go ahead and get your picks written down since you came up. So week 2.
I've been a busy man. I was in Connecticut all week, all freaking day, dude. And I pretty much just got home 10 minutes ago. So.
All right. So preseason week 2, first game is Las Vegas versus the Texans.
I'm going with Vegas.
okay.
All right. San Francisco versus the Chargers.
San Fran.
Thank you.
Jets versus the Steelers.
Steelers.
There's a couple of no-brainer games there, Angel. Believe me.
Carolina versus Jacksonville.
Ooh, Jacksonville.
Yes.
Carolina's good, but Jacksonville.
Yes.
Green Bay versus Denver.
Denver.
Okay.
Looks like I'm going to be on an island on that one too. Detroit versus
Abby?
Washington.
Hi, Abby. Detroit versus Washington. That's my pick of the week. I'm going to say a 3-point game at the end. Washington.
Yeah, I got the Redskins winning by at least 6 points.
Buffalo versus Cleveland.
Oh, come on. We already know the answer to that. Boy, I love losing Super Bowls. Buffalo.
That's another no-brainer game, buddy. Okay.
All right.
The next one is Minnesota and Baltimore, and it's in Minnesota.
I'm going to unfortunately say there's going to be an upset there, and I'm going with Baltimore.
I said the same thing. I'm going Baltimore Ravens.
That's a clean slate there.
Yeah.
Atlanta Falcons taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
I'm going to say the Falcons.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
Giants versus the Dolphins.
Ooh. This is a pick out of the. I'm going to go the Dolphins.
I think we agreed. Most of us did on that. That's a must-win for the Dolphins this week.
Me and D-Man went with the Giants.
Yeah. But some of us did say for Teddy and I, we both said, Angel, that it's a definite must-win for Miami.
All right,
Yeah.
this one's probably a clean slater too. New Orleans Saints taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
The Rams.
Yeah, you can't go against the Rams at home and SoFi. No. Can't do it. If you did, you're an idiot, no fool. So yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to tell you like this. If the Rams are taking on New England, I'm going with New England at SoFi.
Wow. That would be a big upset.
All right, let's see here.
Yeah.
Okay, Chicago versus Cincinnati, Angel.
Oh, Chicago all the way.
All right.
Philadelphia, New England.
We the ones.
Kansas City versus Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Okay.
I'm on an island on that one. Dallas versus Arizona.
I'm going to go on the island of relevancy here. Arizona.
Well, you were on an island. I also picked the Cardinals, but reluctantly because they play in the same division as my Niners. but I hate the Dallas Cowboys worse than I hate the Cardinals. So
Yeah, we're split. We're split half and half on that one.
yeah, I think that's where we go on that one. Yeah.
All right, now the final game of this week on Sunday on Fox, Seattle Seahawks in Nashville to take on the Titans.
Unfortunately, I gotta go with Seattle.
Yeah. I
Come
think
on.
some
All right.
say that Tennessee win. Yeah. I'm going for Tennessee in this
Hold on
one.
one second, guys. I gotta mute my mic for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so Wolfie, you got all of Angels picks too.
Yep, we got all the picks now.
Fantastic. All right. I wonder what else we could talk about real quick, or are we out of time?
I mean, it don't matter. I mean, we typically try to keep it around 2 hours. We're at the 2 hour mark. It don't really matter.
Yep.
Well, I know the. I'm just going to say this right now, and I'm going to make an early pick. WNBA Finals: Minnesota versus Las Vegas Aces. Minnesota Lynx versus Aces.
I know nothing about the women's basketball.
I do a little bit, so I know the Lynx are going to win.
I know college women's basketball. We do game casts of those from time to time, but
Oh yeah. Well, I haven't got around. I don't know.
I'm never going to watch the WNBA after this year. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much.
Okay. Well, that's my pick. So if anybody who follows the WNBA besides me or anybody else out there, I'm picking the Lynx.
No, just what's going on in the WNBA right now. Close the fucking league down. Close it down. There ain't no reason for the WNBA to be around. There is more shit going on in the WNBA than any other sport going on right now. So much fucking bullshit going on over this transgender shit.
I know.
Nothing but drama.
Yeah. But the only
I never thought a sport out there would being taken over by this transgender shit.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with who you are, but when you try to come into a sport that you don't belong in, like these two ex-NBA players are trying to do, I hope the WNBA does not allow them to come in. I hope before next year they make a law where it is only women that can be in the WNBA.
Oh, your cat's so loving. I love your cat there, D-Man.
Yeah, I agree with D-Man 100%. Like, there's the NBA for men and WNBA for women. If you're a male, if you got a thing between your legs, you're in the NBA. If you have a cooch between your legs, WNBA. If you
bro, going into transgender, men could fucking cut their shit off and start having the other one, bro. That's the issue. If you're gonna say it that way, men are gonna cut their shit off and act like they're a woman even more just to get into the goddamn league. I do not believe. If you are born a male, you are in fucking male sport. If you are born a biological woman, you have your own sport.
Right.
Yeah, it don't matter whether you're tucked or not.
Yeah.
Well, so far one of the few things that came positive out of the league is that down there in Phoenix, they already made Diana Taurasi on the Ring of Honor alongside some of their awesome former NBA players like Steve Nash, like Dick Van Arsdale, and other players they had on the Ring of Honor. So I'm glad they added Diana to that list. Diana Taurasi more than deserves to be on that.
Another thing. You know Brittany Griner? The fucking
I know about Brittany Griner. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
You know Brittany Griner is not a female? Brittany Griner is a fucking male? And she was the first person to be in the WNBA?
I know.
I know.
We know it.
They showed a video. Look up Brittany Griner's video while she was in the backyard playing basketball. Without a shirt on. Brittany Griner didn't have a fucking shirt on. As a kid.
Yeah. I know. We all know about it there, D-Man. It's a
Well, Angel, since you missed earlier, do you want the final results of our picks from last week?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not?
He went into the female, and he was beating the crap out of the female,
Oh, I didn't know that.
but he was still considered.
Okay, so who do you think won out of the results, Angel?
Probably not my ass.
You would actually be correct on that. You were actually last on the results. Brett was number one. He had a record of 15-2 this week.
Wow.
Ted was 14-3.
Okay.
And then myself, D-Man, and Mikey were 12-5.
You did good, D-Man.
I didn't think I was going to do that damn good, to be honest. I didn't think I would.
And then Angel, I'm sorry, but you were 9-8.
Hey, the hell with it. I'll take that.
He was still over 500, which is good.
Anything over 50% is a W. Just remember that. Anything over 50% is a win.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it, too.
Anything more than 50% is a win.
But yeah, that's one thing that's going to be new this year. I'm going to tally up the wins and losses and have a running total of who's on top.
Well, we should put $10 a piece. We should put $10 a piece in there and have a little pool. And whoever has the best record at the end of the season wins the fucking pool. That's what we should do, to be honest.
Yeah, we can do that.
Whereas better record at the end of the season, have somebody we trust hold the money, or hold the money to the end of the season, and whoever wins this cash out or give them the money however you can give it to them at the end of the season.
Right.
Keep our own money until the end of the season, and whoever has the better record, just everybody that lost, send them the money.
So, Wolfie, did you also? Yeah, I'm assuming you also included the Hall of Fame game as part of our final results from the first week.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, great. So the only thing, as you folks know, the only thing that we messed up on was the New England-Indianapolis game, which ended up in a tie. Why the NFL throws that into as a wrench, I have no idea. Don't understand it. I like D-Man's explanation that we could extend overtime. Somebody's got to come out of there with a win. I do not understand.
Got to come out. Would you do it? Would you do it? Hold on. Would you do it in the Super Bowl? Fuck no, you won't do it in the Super Bowl. Why would you have it in a playoff game? Why would you have it in a regular season game when you don't have it in the biggest game of the whole fucking year? You don't have a tie in that. Why would you have a tie in any other game?
Here's the thing, though. On the tallies, I don't consider a tie as a loss. If it's a tie ball game, it's a win regardless of which team you pick for.
It's a win for both teams, and that's the way the NFL does it. They consider it as not a win and not a loss. But if you look at the record considers it as a win for both teams.
Yeah.
For both fucking teams.
Yeah, they do.
If you look at their loss record, that tie is not on their loss. It's on their winning record, on the wins, not the losses.
Yeah, no, I knew that. It's added into their winning overall record. Yeah, I know. It's added. You know what?
It's added to the percentage. It's added to the winning percentage. Is what it's added to.
Yes. What it also creates too is a tiebreaker. It gives you the team that can break a tiebreaker at the end of the year. If you're like, say, if you have, if let's say take two teams from the NFL that say like have a 9-6, and there's going to be 18. Okay, so there's going to be 18 games this season. So let's say they have a 9-9-1 record, and whoever had the better schedule or better winning percentage would then, of course, they would get that tiebreaker. Yeah. Yeah. Usually, I think what they do is when they have that tie, they go with the one of the tiebreaker factors is how they played in their own division. So whoever of those two tied teams played better in their division had a better record against their division rivals, and that would be.
I have another question for you, and it's baseball related. It's baseball related for the panel and the people in the chat. Now, Pete Crow Armstrong just hit last night. He just hit 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases. Again, he hit 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases. He got it against the White Sox. This man does not win the MVP this year. I don't care about the Triple Crown. If he gets the Triple Crown, I'm fine with that. But he better win the damn MVP this year in fucking baseball. He better win it.
Yeah.
I have not seen nobody like this in years in baseball.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead, Wolf. Anything else going on? You guys have anything else?
I don't have anything for the show. Anything else for the show, unless somebody else has something to add.
Got one crazy question. One crazy question. Do you guys think AJ Brown is going to get over 60 receptions this year?
No.
No.
What? What's his question?
AJ Brown over 60 receptions this year.
Oh no, he's going to be suspended most of the goddamn season because he's going to be a fucking idiot and get suspended.
Well, he'll
Because
find
he's a crybaby. He's another LeBron James. He cries when he don't get his way.
That's why I call him LeBaby James. I don't call him LeBron. I call him LeBaby.
Even at that, I foresee him getting hurt halfway through the year. I would be surprised if he got up to 40 receptions. I don't see 60.
I see less than 30. I see less than 30.
Baby, want you.
Hey, Wolfie, did you hear what I said on mine? I say less than 30 receptions. He's not going
Less
to
than
get a
30.
lot of touches this year.
Nah, I think he'll get between 30 and 60. He'll get in between. He'll get somewhere in between. But there's no, if he gets less than 30 receptions, it's because they don't want his ass on the field when he don't get his way. They don't want that shit on the field.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what's gonna happen.
Right. That's what I'm saying. What do you
It's
think?
gonna be the team that discipline him. Look, it's gonna be the team that discipline him, not the NFL. If the NFL has to get involved, that's when he's gonna get suspended. If they keep it within the team is gonna make him do shit that he doesn't want to do, and he's gonna have to learn from it. But if the NFL does it, they're gonna suspend him for an extended period of time.
But honestly, Angel, to your question, if you're going to look at 60 receptions, I honestly see Henry getting 60 receptions before AJ Brown.
The running back?
I need you to change your pants.
No, Henry, the tight end, man, the tight end.
Oh,
Henry.
the tight end. Okay.
Yeah, very well go that way.
What do you think, Mikey?
About
Not
what was this thing?
I said I could see the tight end Henry getting 60 receptions before AJ Brown.
I agree. I think Henry would probably get. I would say it'd be closer to between 50 and 60 receptions. But yes, he would get a lot more plays called for him than AJ Brown would. Absolutely. Yes.
What do you think about the Bears offense, man? What do you think about the Bears offense? I think they could be the top offense. I want them to have that record. So does Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson wants no less this season from them to be the number one offense in history.
Now let me
The
ask you.
Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos averaged 37.9 points per game when they got the record. Ben Johnson wants to hit 40. 40. If they continue to do what they did to Cleveland through the whole entire season and rack up that many points, the Bears can be the number one offense the number one offense in history.
Okay,
I can agree to that, but I'll
you're
tell
talking
you.
about the Cleveland Browns, dude. I'm sorry to break your heart, dude, but you're talking about the Cleveland Browns. Anybody could rack up 40 points against Cleveland Browns. I'm not trying to be an asshole, dude. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but Angel, he's what D-Man's talking about is averaging like over 30. Not we know they could probably score 100 points against the Browns. It wouldn't matter. But overall, D-Man's thinking that the Chicago offense, like the Denver offense did that one season, can average over at least 30 points a game against any team. Not
because they averaged 37.9 points per game that season. They broke the record. Now the Bears, Ben Johnson wants to average 40 points a game to get the record.
Now
to take it from Denver.
Now I agree with D-Man, but I'm telling you right now, I'm going to go back to what our last football talk show was before we started doing the pick'em, and I could see a sneaky offense being Dallas this year, as long as they stay healthy. That is, as long as they stay healthy.
That's the same way with the Bears, though, too. That's the same way with the Bears. If the Bears can stay healthy, that offensive line, especially the offensive line, with the offensive line we got this year, we could keep Caleb Williams in the pocket and let the plays open up downfield.
Okay,
but like I said, we got one of the hardest schedules again this year. Yeah. This year, from Adam Schefter and what's his name? They're saying the Bears again have the hardest schedule. Look at their first 4 games. Carolina, who else? Look at the last 4 games. The last 3 games are against division teams. You got Minnesota, Green Bay, and Detroit. The last 3 games of the season. I've never seen it the last 3 games of the season where the Bears have 3 divisional games at the end of the season. This year they do.
Okay.
They play the 49ers again. We play the 49ers again. We play Carolina again. I think we play Philadelphia again. We played the Cincinnati, I think we play again, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot of good teams that we play. Most of our schedule are from teams last year that made it into the playoff. Again.
I'm looking. Okay. Now, D-Man, I've got an issue. I'm looking at the quarterback roster, okay, for the Chicago Bears. Now, we know that Caleb Williams, right? Are they naming him as the number 1 starter? Or
you already know. Because they got him at QB1, then they got Tyson Bagent at number 2, which they just extended Tyson Bagent's contract 2 years for 2 more years to back up Caleb Williams.
Yeah, but they also have Case Keenum. And Case Keenum's been in the league for 14 years.
I think Case Keenum is going to be the 3rd stringer. I think he's going to be the 3rd stringer for sure. For sure.
Okay, but you think it is possible that Case could leapfrog and be the number 2 quarterback behind Caleb if Tyson doesn't.
He has to fight for that position, though. He has to fight for that position against Tyson, though.
Oh no,
Tyson's been with the Bears. Tyson's been with the Bears for years, though, Mikey. We got to remember that he's been a backup quarterback his whole entire career so far. Tyson Bagent hasn't been a starter. He's been a backup.
And Case has too, yeah. But Case has been in the
league. He's been a backup to freaking Justin Fields. He was a backup to freaking Mitchell Trubisky. He was a backup to fucking the last quarterback we had.
I'd say right now, okay, this is just me, but I say with the roster that I've looked at and I realize some of the experience that comes from all 4 quarterbacks, I'm going to say that the Bears will probably average at least 25 points a game. I don't think they'll do 30. That's just my opinion. They'll average.
I can agree with that.
25. Yeah. I don't see them doing more than 30. No. 25 at least. And I can see that from the rough schedule they got, too. So, yes.
All right, fellas. Well, I think that's going to be a wrap for the week. We'll.
It's 104 degrees right now, man. It's 104 degrees. Holy crap!
You should keep that shit.
Well, I tell you guys to move up here. Then it's only 79 degrees, even though we have a little bit of humidity. So.
Well, today here is
outside now, so I don't know what the humidity is out here.
Today here.
on, Chuck.
Today here is 90, but thankfully the humidity is down because yesterday it stormed like a motherfucker.
Well, we're supposed to get a storm tomorrow. Let's see what happens with that. But great show, Wolfie. So, anything else, guys? Got anything else to say?
No.
All right.
I just woke up when I came up here. I just was waking up when I came up.
Yeah, I know. An Angel did say too that you had woke up, right, sir?
No, I just got home from work.
Oh yeah, you just got home from work. Yeah.
I was in Connecticut all day with the new job.
I'll be honest with you, fellas. I think we do better in the evening for this show, as far as attendance goes. So I think we're going to start pushing for an evening pick'em show instead of the 2:30.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that 2:30 is too early, to be honest. Let's be real. It's too early. When we're on, games are still being played. We have no information on any of the games unless we're watching it. One of us is watching it. So let's go for like in between the afternoon game and the evening game. So like at between 5 and 6 o'clock, 4:30 is somewhere in between that time. People are home. People are on the internet, people are on YouTube and all that in the evening, which makes more sense than during the afternoon when people are at work, getting off of work, on their way home from work, on their way home from school.
I would say 6:30, 6:45. Tell you the guy on the truth. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what I'm.
6:30, 6:45 would be.
Yeah.
Well, you
No, I
see,
agree,
you see the last pick'em show we done. We did it the late night version. That was the highest attendance that we had for a pick'em show.
Yeah.
And we started at what? What was it? 8
We
o'clock.
gotta go with the results though.
We
If
started
that was
at
the highest pick,
Eastern. Yeah, we did. And I was thinking that's perfect. Tuesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, because it's only 2 days after their final game is played for the week on Sunday Night Football. So
Right.
Monday, not Sunday, Monday.
Monday. Well, no, this week, that's Sunday night.
This week is Sunday, but I think the first Monday night game will be the first week of the year. I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. But that's what I'm saying though. During the season, it's a Monday. But like
But that's why I say I think it's perfect, guys. We do Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. I think that's perfect.
I think that's a good round time for everybody. I really do.
I like it too.
Yeah, I agree.
It really is.
Yeah, I agree. Teddy, I know would agree, and I know Brett is proud. Yeah, I'm sure Brett's happy with that too. Yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, that's going to be a wrap.
Yep. Go ahead, Wolfie.
And we're going to see everybody on the next show next Tuesday at 8 o'clock. I'm sure everybody's in agreement for that. So unless we do a game cast for Sunday for the Tennessee Titans San Francisco game, we will see you all next Tuesday. And the Wolf is out of here.
Let's go.